all, welcome to Simplilearn's YouTube channel. Today, let's discuss about visual hierarchy in UI UX. Simply put, it's the art of arranging your design elements so that the most important things catch the user's eye first. So think of it as setting up a path for your users to follow. So by manipulating things like size, color, and positioning, you can control what people see and in what order. So imagine this, you have got a page full of text, images, and buttons. So without visual hierarchy, it's a mess. People wouldn't know where to look first. But with the right visual hierarchy, you can tell them exactly where to start, where to go next, and what to pay attention to. You're basically guiding them through your design without them even realizing it. For instance, this is a great example that's been floating around in the UX community. It's a simple yet powerful way to illustrate just how effective visual hierarchy can be when done right. So let's break it down even further. Imagine you're shopping online for a new pair of shoes. So you have got your heart set on finding the perfect sneakers. But when you land on the website, where do you go first? Most likely, you are going straight to the search bar. That's where you expect to find the option to search for the shoes, right? You intuitively know that's the quickest way to get what you're looking for. Why? Because from previous experiences, you know that most e-commerce sites follow this pattern. Now, what if the search bar was hidden somewhere weird, maybe tucked away in a drop-down menu or in the footer? Suddenly, you're wasting time hunting for it, and it could get frustrating. You expect the search bar to be front and center, and when it's not, you are thrown off. So that intuition you had to go straight for the search bar, that's called a mental model. So it's like a mental shortcut based on what you have learned from using other websites. So mental models are all about what users believe they know or expect from a UI. And since you have seen search bars front and center on most sites, your brain automatically expects it to be in the same place. But mental models can vary. Maybe someone else would instinctively check the menu for a product category instead of searching it directly. So as a UI UX designer, you need to create a visual hierarchy that matches these expectations. And you want to make it easy for users to navigate, find what they need, and complete their tasks without frustration. So how do you do this? By adjusting design elements like size, placement, color, and contrast, you can help users navigate the site without even thinking about it. So next, we will dive into the 7 key principles of visual and scale. So ever notice how you are naturally drawn to the biggest thing on a page? That's because larger elements always grab our attention first. It's like walking into a room and immediately noticing the largest object in the center. It's hard to miss, right? So this principle works wonders when you are building a visual hierarchy. So by making certain elements bigger, you can direct users' eyes straight to what matters most. For example, if you are designing a call to action button, making it larger than the other elements around it will make users notice it right away, encouraging them to click. However, here's the thing. Size is a powerful tool, but like any tool, it needs to be used carefully. If you just blow up everything on your page, nothing will stand out. So the key is to use size and scale thoughtfully and make sure that only the most important elements are getting the spotlight. So next comes color and contrast. This is one of the most powerful ways to guide user behavior and highlight the most important parts of your design. So here's the thing. Bright, bold colors demand attention. It's a proven fact that when you use a pop of vibrant color, users are naturally drawn to it. And if you create a stark contrast between colors, that's even more powerful. High contrast grabs your eye and makes sure certain elements stand out. Let's take a look at the Tesla homepage as an example. So they use a bright, bold color against a more neutral background, which draws your eye directly to the car. That pop of color creates such a strong visual impact that it becomes hard to look anywhere else. So now combine that with the size and scale principle we talked about earlier, and it's no wonder the car becomes the center of attention. And the call to action buttons below, they almost fade into the background in comparison. So that's the magic of using color and contrast to focus the user's attention exactly where you want it. Now another way is change perspective to create the illusion of distance and separation. Now most UIs are designed in 2 dimensions, right? They are flat, simple, but by playing with the perspective, you can create a sense of depth, making elements feel like they are popping right off the page, or in some cases, like they are floating in mid-air. For example, take the Tesla homepage itself. You'll notice how the car looks almost 3-dimensional. So it doesn't feel like just a flat image, it feels separated from the background. So by shifting the angle or adjusting the size and position of the elements, you can make them feel closer or farther apart from the user. So this little trick can create visual separation between elements, guiding your eyes to focus on what's most important. So next, let's talk about the power of adjusting typefaces for different impacts. So larger and bolder fonts naturally grab attention. So by adjusting font size and weight, you can highlight what's most important. For example, on the Nike homepage, their bold, large text draws focus to key products or promotions, ensuring users notice them first. So now next is creating balance and symmetry to focus the user. So one powerful way to guide user attention and make your design feel clean and simple is by using balance and symmetry. So let's take a look at the Jira's login page for an example. The login modal is perfectly centered, creating a clear focal point. The diagonal lines of two illustrations add balance, while the footer is also centered, tying everything together. So this use of balance and symmetry not only makes the page easy to navigate, but also visually appealing, helping users to focus on what matters without distraction. So now before we move further, I have a quick quiz for you guys in the comment section. Pause the video and try to answer those questions and let us know the feedback in the comment section. So now next comes connecting elements with alignment and proximity. So simply put, proximity refers to the concept of grouping related elements together. So when items are placed close to each other, users naturally assume they're connected or related. So this helps create a sense of organization and guides the user's eye through the content in a logical order. For example, if you have a product image and its description placed next to each other, users will understand they belong together. So by grouping related elements, you make it easier for users to quickly scan the page and understand the relationships between different pieces of content. And finally, let's talk about reading patterns. So as we all know, visual hierarchy isn't just about making things look pretty. It's also about guiding users through your content in a natural, easy to follow way. So one way to do this is by using reading patterns, which reflect how people typically view content. So there are two main viewing patterns we rely on: the F pattern and the Z pattern. So in the F pattern, users start by reading horizontally across the top of the page. Then they move down a little and read horizontally again, but usually only a shorter distance. After that, their eyes tend to scan down the left side of the content vertically, forming an F shape. So this pattern is common on pages with more content or dense information. For example, take a look at TechCrunch's newsfeed as an example. The content is informationally dense and users naturally follow the F pattern to read through the page. Now, if your page isn't too dense with content, say a simple landing page or promotional site, we'll want users to focus on one key action. Now that's where the Z pattern comes in. Users' eyes will start at the top left, move across to the top right, then diagonally down to the bottom left, and finally across to the bottom right, forming a Z. For example, Netflix uses this pattern perfectly. On their landing page, the main call to action, enter your email and get started, sits right along the Z path, ensuring users will naturally see it and take action. So by designing with these patterns in mind, you guide users through your page in a way that feels intuitive and focused. So that was it, guys. That's a wrap on our dive into visual hierarchy in UI UX design. So from reading patterns to alignment, proximity, and the power of colors and typefaces, we have seen how these principles can transform a design into something intuitive and impactful. So if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more design tips and insights. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simplilearn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.